welcome back to Trine. My name is Jeff. I am the lead singer, lead guitarist, rhythm guitarist, drummer, bassist for the band Jovian Litany. I also do all the marketing, the art direction, songwriting, album covers, website design, website hosting, anything else? And I'm the nicest smelling member of the band. This is episode 4 of Trine. If you remember from last time, I was able to turn into 3 different characters and kill skeletons. So without further ado, let's get started. Or restart it. We're going to resume a game. And here we go. And third time's the charm. Here we go. Come on. There we go.
Legends of artifacts began to
Game always kidding around. So we're going through the dragon graveyard and it's raining. And there's a skeleton. Imagine that. It would be nice if this had... Uh-oh. I don't want to do that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not good. It would be nice if this game had a few more enemies other than just skeletons. Skeletons are, to me, like zombies, you know. It's like your generic bad guy. Don't really dig it very much, but hey, you know, these guys are making good video games. Who am I to judge? It might be the fact that zombies are too dumb to be able to work a bow and arrow. Because you never really see a zombie archer, do you? So maybe that's it. Maybe they needed a slightly smarter bad guy. I mean, honestly. Here, we're going to get a little creative here. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. You know, zombies have more human parts, even though they are rotted. So you think, because of that, a zombie would be smarter than a skeleton. But this is not the case. Time and time again, the zombies are the red-headed stepchildren of monsters. Most overused. It's actually what you call a trope or a cliche. And those are bad. Those ruin experiences for people. That's why they have a certain name for things like that. Cliche. Okay, here we go. So, I'm doing these videos basically as a journal for myself. Kind of get some things off my chest. Let you all know what I've been thinking about. And I couldn't help but see, I think it was on Yahoo or MSN or something like that recently, about 3 days ago, that one of the smartest men, you could actually call him a hero of mine, Stephen Hawking, said one of the stupidest things I think a human being could ever say. And I was so disturbed and disappointed in it that I thought I'd bring it up here. Stephen Hawking is I guess you would call him a physicist. He specializes in black holes. And his research is basically a big contribution to our understanding of black holes in the cosmos. He's done quite a bit. I wouldn't necessarily say the smartest man in the universe. Wouldn't necessarily say he's smarter than Einstein. But what I would say is that he definitely contributed to our understanding of black holes. As such, his area of expertise is cosmology, you could say physics, you could say all of those things. He is not in any way, shape, or form an expert on theology and or the origins of the universe. And I say this because in a little PR stunt he said that there is definitely no God. Which I think is one of, even if you believe in God or you do not believe in God, the grand question has never been answered. The question cannot be answered, especially by Stephen Hawking. And I will give evidence to support my theory, unlike the great Stephen Hawking, who just made a blanket statement to try and stay in social conscience, I guess. I don't know why he would say something.
Having survived the wasteland of
So,
Dragon Graveyard, our
a man that intelligent
The
saying
wizard
something
delved
like
deeper
that,
in-
saying something inflammatory, is the epitome of ignorance. It's like somebody who professes to know about cars standing next to a Ford Focus and saying nobody created this car. The mathematics are such that nobody has to be the creator of this car. Even though we all know there's a factory somewhere, probably in Alabama, because they're all in Alabama, that created the Ford Focus. But because he does not see any direct evidence that there is a car company or a factory that creates the Ford Focus, he's going to make a blanket, stupid statement saying that the math does not support it. Or not support it, but leaves no room for a God. Or something stupid like that. I happen to be a scientist. I have an advanced degree in science, and it's such an advanced degree that the state of North Carolina trusts me to treat people with certain maladies. I have a doctorate just like good old Stephen Hawking. And in my opinion, and note how I say in my opinion, that's how it's done, Stephen. Stephen Hawking has pretty much undone any of the positives that he's ever done in his life by saying something stupid like that. I used to consider Stephen Hawking a hero. For someone to overcome his limitations and be one of the, I'm not going to say he's the forerunner in his field because he's not, but one of the most talked about, interesting, definitely he's had a lot written about him, expanded our knowledge of like I said, black holes and cosmology. And for him to say something like that really removes him from my list of heroes of mine. He has disappointed me extensively. There is a line that you do not cross. And that line basically is professing to be an expert at something that you are not. That's like somebody who is an eye specialist professing to know anything about ears. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out well for that person because they're not trained. Stephen Hawking is not trained in theology. I, for one, believe that there is something that created us. And the evidence that I have, which clearly he has not looked at, is the fact that we are here and we are existing. There is a reason that we exist. And because there is a reason we exist, there is somebody that is using that reason to serve a purpose. Nothing happens accidentally. And maybe that's the difference between me and Stephen Hawking. I believe that there is a purpose for everything. I don't necessarily believe that it's God's purpose. I don't necessarily believe that it's, there are no coincidences. There's a big difference between a coincidence and a lack of purpose. Coincidence can serve a purpose. You need to be familiar with mathematics enough to say that even though it is not probable that something will happen, eventually something will happen. And if you're going to say and use that something is going to happen eventually because of the mathematics accept it, the fact that there is no God is impossible. If everything is possible, the fact that no God is impossible. God is part of everything. Makes absolutely no sense. Now, if he was trying to say something like that to stay in the public consciousness, this, that, and the other thing, he's done more harm than good. And maybe he's in his profession, he feels he's losing his grip. I think that's it. I hope that's it. He's losing his grip. He's feeling like he's not able to add much to his profession, and he decides to be inflammatory for that reason. Okay, I can understand that. Still disappointing. It's a mistake. It's a mistake a scientist shouldn't make. But still, I'm removing him from my list of heroes because it just really, really touched me. I mean, what do you say to your children? Really, what do you say to your children? I don't believe that God, if he is in any, or he or she, I should say, is recognizable. God may be a dimension. God may be the stuff with which everything that is created and or existing, he might be the paper we're all written on. Okay? I don't know this. I don't have the answers. But I do know that there is nothing on this planet, in this universe, that happens without a purpose. Just doesn't. So there's my rant. The one time I am smarter than Stephen Hawking. One and only time, and I'm going to hang on to that for the rest of my life. So in other news, today is my job interview. Looking forward to doing well. If you saw last episode, I had done a phone interview. It wasn't a whole lot. Wasn't very confident about it, but I feel like I should do okay. I went ahead and I bought a new shirt at my wife's urging. Yep, and I had to hurt myself one more time there. In order to number one, for confidence. Number two, for the fact that I don't think that. Let me see if I can get this one. No, I can't get that one. I don't think any of the shirts that I wear, or I have to wear, are going to fit very well. See, I'm a recovering fat guy. I'm still fat, just not as fat as I once was. And because of this, a lot of my clothes... Oh, I just died. Why didn't I see that? A lot of my clothes don't fit. That's a real bad way to do a... Come on now. A real bad way to start with a interview is to not feel confident. So, my wife, in her infinite wisdom, gave me a few pointers. She said, and this is basically the gist of her conversation, was anything that comes to your mind to say, don't say. Anything that sounds like it's my voice in your head, say that. And you know what? That's not the first time she told me about something like that. That was pretty awesome. Told me about that strategy, and it's always worked out that way. So probably a good idea to. Oh no, I can't do that. Come on now. To take that advice to heart and just repress any of the stupid stuff that I usually say. I'm the type of person that, you know what, I do well when I'm comfortable. And sometimes I get a little bit too comfortable too soon, and it's off-putting. I think it's awesome. I think it's, wow, these people are really getting to know me. Other people think it's weird and, somewhat inappropriate. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to my wife and do what she says, because my life has been so much better in comparison to what I would do in those situations. So that is the plan. I'm gonna wear black because I'm awesome, and I look awesome in black. I'm also gonna wear a nice bone-colored and gold tie. I think it's gonna be sweet. My wife told me to shave my nose hairs, so I did that. Did I just die? I just died. That sucks. So shave my nose hairs. Job done. Job well done. And also, what did she tell me to do? Don't talk about my previous plentiful jobs. I'm one of those people that, you know what, I have kind of a good opinion of myself. In my job, it's a misunderstood profession, and there are a lot of people who are not ethical. And I am one of those ethical people, and as such, I kind of view myself as special in that way, because, you know what, people need more ethical, or jobs like this need more ethical representatives, and if you can land me, you're doing pretty good. I'm sorry, high opinion of myself, I can't help it, I'm just that good. So my wife does want me to talk like that, but then again, you know what, she doesn't have the skills, or at least the availability to turn a negative into a positive like I do. I mean, I will go off and say something just hideously dumb, but usually I'm charming enough to get away with it. So you know, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of thinking, I think, in order to figure out a good thing to do, because I do want to do well, I do want to get the job, but then again, you know, I want these people to know what they're in for, and I want to be completely upfront with them that this is me. You want me to represent you, I'm going to represent you as best I can, and take me or leave me, because I'm not going to be fake for anybody. So that's my plan, and I know that's something my wife does not want me to do, but you know, really, yeah, I wouldn't be me if I didn't do that. So that's the one concession I'm going to make, or not concession. I'm going to make many concessions. That's the one thing I'm not going to concede, which is me acting like me. So, you know, don't tell my boss that she's pretty or anything like that. Duh. Like, duh. Don't be weird or inappropriate. Duh. What else is in the news? I think I've told you all, and I don't know if I told you all in another video or what, but I have writing another album called Heroes Leave, and I think I may actually write a song, because I only have about 3 songs written, and this is going to probably be about 11 songs worth of an album, and I'm going to probably, in all likelihood, write one.
I've seen wizards light torches with fireballs.
For Stephen Hawking, because you know what? You made a mistake, and you know the whole theme of this next album is Heroes Leave.
I can light the torches.
How appropriate is that? You know, he was my hero, no longer. So I might write a song about you. In one of the songs is called Shane that I'm writing, and Shane, referring to the, I want to say 60s, 70s, no, maybe even 50s movie, Shane. It is a Western about a guy named Shane who helps this town get rid of their bad guys. He ends up walking off into the sunset, and I don't know if he's mortally wounded in the movie or if he's just wounded. But it's got a heartbreaking final scene where this little kid wants Shane to stay because nobody wants to see their heroes leave. And Shane basically says that, I gotta go because I killed a man. And, what I did was right, but it wasn't capital R right. Oh, we stupid people. Really? Really? And, so he ends up leaving. The song is going to be a little bit dark, and it's going to be the little blonde boy. I don't remember his name. Little Joe, I think his name was. Little blonde boy, basically when Shane leaves, the town falls to shit. Because, as is often with heroes and bullies, and once that hero's gone, it's open season again. And you think that it got bad before, it's going to get a whole lot worse. So that's what's going to happen in the song, and this little guy named Little Joe has had a horrible life because of that. And so the song is basically going to be Little Joe saying not an unwritten letter, but like voicing his, I won't say concerns, but the fact that a lot of the problem he had was the intervention of Shane in his life. And there it is. So in that instance, Shane was the hero and he left. In my instance, Stephen Hawking was my hero and he left. Or didn't leave. But without that chair, he's not going to go very far. But you know what I mean. You know. Hopefully. See, I know you all are really jonesing for a hard game for me to do a Let's Play on, so that I don't have a lot of these silly little, rants to go through. But you know what? You're watching me. It must have some value, or else you'd have turned me off by now. So, and I don't know, maybe you're about to hit that red X on your browser. You can do it. I won't hold any grudges or anything like that. Alright, now we're rid of those weirdos. Let's keep going. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Whee. See, back to my original premise. You can do anything with the wizard. Anything. They shoot in! They shoot in! Oh! Snippity snap! Oh! Snippity snap! Gotcha! Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, we're gonna crunch. Yes. Love the wizard. Love telekinesis. It's awesome. So another game mechanic is dark now. They have dark areas, so it's basically an excuse to use the rogue, because the game developers know, and there's probably going to be falling things here. Watch for that. The game developers know that you can pretty much do anything with the wizard, except defend yourself very well. Kind of like that mechanic. Oh, shot through the heart again with a Bon Jovi. What's up with that? Okay, let's see here. Crunch. Gonna set you over here. Okay. And then I need to get up there. How am I gonna do that? I can shoot that with an arrow, I think. Let me see. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. So never really got into 80s rock. I do like Bon Jovi though, because my brother liked Bon Jovi. But he was more of a prep in school. And I was just, I don't know, I wasn't really anything. You know, you had those guys that wore the deicide shirts and, oh, I'm scary because I'm a death metal guy. And then there was me who just kind of like stood around and watched other people because I found them fascinating. I really had no identity. I didn't identify with the heavy metal crowd because at that point, you can like heavy metal music. I like the adrenaline that it gave. You know, I like that whole feeling of, oh wow, I feel like I'm going to explode in rage, and this music kind of is an outlet for that. I like that a lot, but I didn't like the fact that the grand majority of those people that listened to it weren't, you know, very smart, at least in my high school. So, you know, I think for those people, they kind of did it as a pose or something cool way to get chicks. Well, there weren't many heavy metal chicks either, you know. I grew up at the time in which there was, let me see, Pearl Jam was coming into popularity. Metallica was on its way out. Pearl Jam was coming in, and so everybody was really trying hard to be kind of like Seattle, grunge type of a thing, and I found it alternative. I found it tiring, kind of tiring. It was like the next stupid thing, you know. For a while there, you know, rock was the stupid thing. Rap hadn't really come into its stupid thing own yet. So it was more like alternative is the next stupid thing, and everybody wanted to go to Seattle because it's depressing. And while I was a lot more depressed then, I still found those people kind of laughable because I don't think they really got it. You know, I think one of the things, especially with you know, heavy metal and the fact that it's kind of branched off into many different subgenres, is the fact that people are looking for a show. They're looking for controversy. And, you know, you have a band that is trying to do this, and that. And because... How am I going to get that? Because they need to make a name for themselves, they invent subgenres. You know, you have the black metal, the Norwegian, and Viking black metal, which is just so dumb. Just so dumb. It's like, really, you know, how do you people breathe? And then you have the kind of like American death metal, you know, Tampa, Florida death metal type of thing, which was a little bit smarter, but still pretty dumb. And, you know, it's subgenre and subgenre. I have to believe in Satan. I have to be Satanist. I have to do that. Oh, let's look through that. Yeah. You want some? Huh? You want some? Uh-oh. Take that. Oh, and that. Oh gosh, this is bad. This is bad.
This is the way.
This is bad. Take that. Take that. Take that. Oh, how did she kill me? No! So lame! So lame. Totally. I can't even jump! I hate you. Do you know that? I hate you. I'm gonna throw you off that mountain there, pal. Come on now. Take that, you. Haha. Oh, you dummy. Yeah, take that. You take that. Oh, you suck! You suck so hard! This is impossible! How am I supposed to do this? Come on. Oh, I can't even jump over the frickin' guy? Okay, calm down, Jeff. Your children are watching. I'm gonna go shoot you with an arrow in your face. You suck. Okay. Suck is an acceptable word, kids. Okay. So anyways, I was talking about subgenres in metal. So anyways, yeah, it's just a way of monetizing it, you know. To me, it's all about the feeling that the music gives you, and not necessarily the message, because some of the messages are really dumb. And that's kind of like my whole thing is you could create a song with a message and try and have a narrative, and that's great. If you can do that and you can do it well, you know what? My hat's off to you. But when you want to sit there and talk about disgusting things and just idiocy and Satanism and stuff like that, yeah, take that weak shit home, because you know, it's just dumb. It's really dumb. I am proud to say that in high school, I owned the Bible. I owned the Quran. Ooh, buddy, don't be a white guy and own the Quran these days. But and I owned the Satanic Bible. I owned... What else did I? There was... one other one. It wasn't the Torah. I didn't really read all of them. But I was interested in the whole hubbub. Because, you know, I was young and stupid and trying to make sense of everything. And it was like the inverse. You know, when you have, like, talking about the devil and then talking about, in this case, God, they're like inverses of each other, and it doesn't work. When something is inverted, you can't from something else. Both of them cannot work. The whole idea of the devil is kind of stupid to me, because, you know, if God created heavens and earth, filled everything, we're going to go from physics to religion and stuff in this episode. Yeah, all the fun stuff. But if God created heaven and earth and everything and all the critters and everything in it, he was one screwed up dude. And I'll tell you why. Because there are some creepy ass parasites that exist. And because these things were created by God, you could very easily make the argument that God is evil. There is a worm that infests a snail host body, grows in the snail's stomach until it basically bypasses, you know, its digestive system and all this stuff. It inhibits the snail from procreation while it's doing this. uses all of those resources that the snail would have had for procreation, and basically hijacks the snail. It tells the snail in some strange way the same, or to go around to the highest stalk of a tree or a plant. And this worm has these 2 digits that it grows inside the snail. And these digits go into the snail's eye stalks. And they're so big and bloated that you could actually see colors through the snail's eye stalks. And what ends up happening is it ends up looking like 2 worms in the snail's eye stalks. Birds come along and they see these worms in the snail's eye stalks and they eat the worms. The snail survives. And it goes on about its life, now able to procreate and or be infected again by this worm. How screwed up is that? And do you want to call your God that created that a good being? That is my question to you. Because that is way worse than any horror film I've ever seen in my life. There's also a cricket, a worm that infests a cricket. The worm, in some brain language, some cricket brain language, tells this cricket to go find water. It has to go find water. And it hijacks the cricket, zombifies the cricket. So your good Lord, the one that you pray to and profess your love, created zombies, in essence. How do you all feel about that? I hate to be the one to break the news, but this is stuff that the good Lord made. So, I don't believe in the devil. I believe that there is a God, or a creator, or maybe even the creator is a race. Maybe the grand machine of design that created us is not one person, but a whole bunch of people. Maybe, like I said, they're a dimension. Maybe they are something that we just have no idea is able to exist. We don't know. We honestly don't know. But I do believe there is something. And the reason that I believe that there is something is because we exist. We are here. And without something... Aristotle called it the prime mover. And in this case, Stephen Hawking, Aristotle was way smarter than you. Way smarter. Of course, I knew that. I don't think, Aristotle was wrong a lot of times. He thought that you eat parsnips and it gets rid of any boner issues that you're having. But he was right, too. And in this instance, he was right. There was a prime mover. There had to be a prime mover. There had to be somebody who got the ball rolling. Because you cannot have an existence without energy to start it. It's like starting an engine, a gasoline engine. You need the spark to ignite the gasoline. So, hope I wasn't too deep for you all. This is a good stopping point. My name is Jeff. I am the head of Jovian Litany and the producer of Jovian Litany Plays Trine. Meet me for the spellbinding conclusion, episode number 5. Thank you very much.